one of the most bright people in the army during that time is Honorable Bright Ramirama here. And if he takes history of Masaka, when they captured Masaka, one of the resources they used to win the war was coffee. You took coffee, signatures made by General Eddie Tumwine the late, may so rest in peace, and that's how, and Leyland vehicles. That was coffee marketing board. Later on, you killed the coffee after taking government. And the people have fought their battle using UCDA to come back. Bugolob is nowhere. All the cooperatives are nowhere. People have started growing their coffee, and UCDA has given them support. Why do you fear people becoming rich? Why? Why do you fear people having money? Statistics in our constituencies show that because of coffee and UCDA giving them seedlings, people have got money. They are paying fees for their children. They are taking them to St. Mary's College. They are even paying money in government USE schools where you are not giving enough funds. But here you are trying to bring a penalty by meandering back to the system. Kindly, Honorable Bright Rambirama, go to Isinjiro, where you come from. You know that bananas being grown there. Were they there at that time? What have you done to the horticulture? Obote, left coffee marketing board, lint marketing board, and produce for all other agricultural products.
Speaker, I come from Kasambia, and they grow coffee. I want to make some clarification. Honorable Sewungu and all the other colleagues that mentioned that UCDA gives coffee seedlings. UCDA has never given any coffee seedling in my constituency. It is Operation Wealth Creation that has been giving coffee seedlings in the constituencies, not UCDA. Second, Right Honorable Speaker, the information I want to give you. Yes, the information I want to give you.
Yes, you give the information. Give the information.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. UCDA that these people are talking about has never even sent any staff in my constituency to know how many coffee farmers that are in my constituency. If your mother ministry says you, therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, the information I wanted to give him and the clarification is that UCDA has never given any coffee seedling to my people, not even to any person here. They can even confess.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. Sometimes we give time to talk. And wasting time with Honorable Kabana is really a wastage of time. Because if you are a member of parliament, and you are not aware of what UCDA has been doing.
Tell us what you're saying.
Madam Speaker, I have to care because he was giving information.
You and continue.
He needs more time to be educated about constituency and UCDA. But however, continue with your spirit as you are taking it to yourself. The boomerang will be on you. The boomerang is on you. But UCDA has been giving us seedlings. From Mugabirano. Ngabirano, now the one who took over, they have been doing that role. Even quality assurance alone. When you talk about Kasambia that does not have quality assurance about
Thank you.
Who are you presenting in this house?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alan.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank the House and also encourage them to keep being objective when we're deliberating on some of these matters. Honorable Bright Ramirama, the Minister for Agriculture as of now, Right Honorable Speaker, I want this House, before even you debate the report for coffee, interest yourself in the Auditor General's report on agriculture for the financial 22-23. Right Honorable Speaker, good enough I came with it. Right Honorable Speaker, we had, no please, this is my time. We had a scenario where, Right Honorable Speaker, we had...
Honorable members, I have said, let's be calm.
Right Honorable Speaker, I would expect my sizement, Honorable Gwanga, to respect the fellow member. Yes, Because in any case, they will tell you to stand up. No, that's it.
But
Madam Speaker, now that Madam Speaker,
You can't sit. No,
honorable members,
you are short.
honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, can I have order? Can I have order? Namuga is right. That's a size mate.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for protecting, and we must appreciate nature. Right Honourable Speaker, we are looking at two things. This is the same ministry that failed to manage that disaster when it happened. They were given money, failed to procure the vaccines, and we had over a million dose vaccines that expired within the stores. They expired. Yes. Two, they bought goats in the same report. You bought goats and all of them died. Yes, we bought.
Thank you. Evans.
Have any moral authority to take over UCDA because you can't manage it.
Evans, Kanyike.
First of all, I want to make an observation. The observation I want to make is that the committee ignored the submission of government and the intentions and the benefits of rationalization and adopted the report of dissenting views of the staff who are going to be rationalized. Two, I want to make a clarification that we don't intend to abolish the functions of UCDA. We are actually maintaining the functions of UCDA, but in a streamlined manner in a department like we have done for any other agency. We are also, government also, the intentions.
You made your submission. Sit.
You see, this is the problem. We also we don't intend to lay off core subject matter specialists, those who are competent, that are doing regulatory roles of UCD as mandated by government. We are only shading off duplicated staff like procurement. We are taking off the board. And it is the view of government that this money should be saved and put into service delivery of the citizens. Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker.
Let him finish, then you will ask for
people
clarification.
raise the issue
Let him finish.
of accreditation. Government has designated authority to UCDA to represent us wherever they have been representing us. The same government is going to designate the department to represent us. We don't want to adulterate the functions of UCDA and the laws. The same department will implement these laws. Now, people who have fears that the absence of UCDA will undermine coffee production, you must be mindful of our history that when we had the coffee boom during Amin's time, UCDA was not there. Let's listen. One member, and yesterday
so right, Honourable Speaker.
the leader of opposition and the other members, the transition of 3 years.
Thank
Right,
you so much,
Honorable
National
Speaker. Because
Switch on.
of the heat that has been associated with the UCDA rationalization, government in its wisdom has given 3 years for a transition. Right, Honorable Speaker, this will give time for people to understand that the same government that has promoted the coffee, the same government that has created the Coffee Development Authority, is the same government that want to empower farmers to earn more. Yes.
Madam, thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I have heard from the Minister, Honorable Bright Ramilama. But I'm wondering, Honorable Minister, why you people preach patriotism, yet you are not patriotic. You pretend like serving good food, yet you know very well that you have poison in that food. You know the curse you are creating for your family. You know what coffee means to most of our families. Why are you serving one person instead of the whole country? You mean you don't know? You mean you don't know what you are doing? We know that you are serving poison, pretending that you are giving us good food. I strongly deviate from what you are trying to bring to this house. I beg to submit.
In these circumstances, Right Honorable Speaker, I beg your indulgence to take control of your house.
Alan, why are you standing? Alan. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Dr. Baiga.
No, please, we are not mad people here.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Doctor.
Honorable members,
Madam
We
Speaker,
have
I was
heard-
telling you why I was standing up.
I have
I'm
already-
very clear-headed. I'm not a muddy person. So to say that you are choosing only a clear-headed
Dr. Baiga.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you. I listened
Honorable
very
members, listen
attentively.
to Dr. Baiga.
I listened very attentively to Honorable Bright Ramirama, and I felt he was misleading this house. The law is clear, in black and white. It is seeking to abolish, to dissolve UCDA. You may talk about the functions. You may talk about the functions being mainstreamed. But these functions are carried with them by UCDA. And UCDA, as an entity, is an accredited entity with 23 years of experience, gathered technical expertise, and you have not guided this house
Honorable
that Uganda
members,
is going
the
to
front.
lose that accreditation. And it takes a long time to get it. As the office bearer, you should have guided this house. That once this accreditation is lost, Right Honorable Speaker, it is going to take us very long time, and we shall have lost the market. And once we lose the market, the livelihood of our people is affected, and very negatively. He's not telling us that.
Honorable,
And I can see.
Honorable, we are talking about accreditation. That should be answered. And then the functional mainstreaming. Yes.
Accreditation takes long time, and he knows it. It takes 5 years to 10 years. But once our competitors realize that we have abolished the agency that was taking over this role, they will rejoice, because they will definitely take over the markets. And how are you going to be happy when the rest of the people are crying? I can see fellow members of parliament being organized to more.
Honorable Aisha, Honorable Lumo.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much. Right Honorable Speaker, before I got the gist of my submission, allow me respond to two issues. Number one,
Honorable members, listen to Aisha.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I wish to respond to issues before I got the gist of my submission. Number one, it is not the fault of UCDA that Northern Region has not been major growing coffee. You should know it was the government program to zone Uganda, allocating different products for different regions. And Uganda government allocated Northern Region for cotton. Therefore, it was not UCDA, and we must not blame UCDA for that. Number two, Right Honorable Speaker, I have had people saying government established UCDA, and therefore government should have the privilege of taking UCDA. Madam Speaker, let me mention this.
Clarification, Madam Speaker.
Can you be patient? Could you have a pen and paper and write?
Clarification.
Honorable Minister,
Would you have
You will clarify.
a pen and paper and write? I want to inform First Honorable Bright Ramirama that I was an NRM cadre that explained these policies on radio, therefore I know them very well. What you did, I was explaining. And you designated products for particular regions. If the administrator desired that UCDA extends coffee, UCDA should have done as such. It was the ministry that desired that North should not grow coffee. At the time when you did it, that coffee goes across, they have started extending coffee all over. Having said that, no, Honorable Speaker, I was interrupted. I was saying that it is not the privilege of government executive to take away everything they establish as they desire. When you create entities, they are not for you. They are for the nationals. If the people have said, yes, you created it and we want it, it's not upon you to take it the way you desire because we now want it. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, I ably listened to the chairperson of the committee yesterday, answering all the defects in the law. The defects in the law were saying that some entities were wasteful. Some entities were destroying the harmony. And the question was, some entities were being deprecative. Her answers were all in negative. She asked, is UCDA being deprecative? She said no. Is UCDA destroying the harmony? She said no. Is UCDA being wasteful? She said no. She credited UCDA for being very good. And finally, and that's when I wondered what happened to the well-able chairperson, what happened to her. I knew and forgave her. She feared the iron arm of the powers that are in this country. And we are here as parliament to speak, to conclude the way she desired. She made the right submission, but feared to make the right conclusion. The right conclusion is to say that UCDA must stay. It performed excellently. It is not wasteful. It is not duplicative. It must stay for the good of the people. I submit, Right Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, when you had just become a Speaker of this August House, you say to the public that this is a people-centered parliament.
Don't put me into
I withdraw, Right Honorable
your
Speaker.
submission.
I withdraw, Right Honorable Speaker.
No. Go straight to the bill,
yes,
the coffee.
Right Honorable Speaker, being a coffee farmer, the people of Nakaseka I represent in this August House are saying no to rationalization. In the following, in the history we have ever had coffee marketing board. It went. We had the cooperatives. They went. There is no way you can cut a hand that feeds you, honorable ministers here. The economy you are talking about today is boosted by UCDA. One of the sectors that boosts this economy is UCDA. Unless there are pressures behind. I had the report which was read by the chair. It was very clear apart from the conclusion. So therefore, being a member of parliament, Right Honorable Speaker, a coffee farmer, and a defender of people down there in the villages of Nakaseka and across the country, including you, the Speaker, because in the beginning you told us you are also a coffee farmer. We are saying no to rationalization. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Better make sure that those bagana
Huh? Yeah, we do.
We have the number.
We do.
We shall test this thing.
What about
Because we already had, this side about 80 people who stood, who have voted nay. So, and this was about 130.
better make sure that those bagana
There is something called mischief. I was an adult when we established these agencies. And the reason given by the government was that we were establishing strategic agencies to propel the development of this country. After painful listening to my brother, the Honorable Rwamirama, who I will not refer to as Bright today, I heard him say that the mischief was about the fat salaries. If it were about the fat salaries and humongous budget, then before we rationalize UCDA and these agencies, we should start with those that created these humongous expenditures. Indeed, if we are to rationalize on a rational basis, we should start with rationalizing the Ministry of Agriculture. We gave them district farm institutes. Where are they? We gave them farms in Muyikwe. Where is the farm in Muyikwe? We gave them extension farmers. Where are they? So if we are to deal with redundant expenditure, we gave them ranches. Where are they? We should start with the rationalization of this ministry itself and not entrust this ministry with functions of an entity that has been the brightest star in the country. Right Honorable Speaker, we were informed by the majority report yesterday, and I want to thank my sister, the chairperson, that coffee has been accounting for 55% of the agricultural exports. Why don't we want to spend on entities and areas which give us money? The reason we maintain agencies like URA, Uganda Investment Authority, is because they are strategic. Do you want to tell me that a blameless entity called UCDA, which has promoted coffee after the destruction and death of Coffee Marketing Board, should be sacrificed because some people are not doing their work? Can we talk about expenditure in a government, in a parliament, for strategic reasons that gives money to a private company, and then we say we cannot give money to an agency? We were informed yesterday, Right Honorable Speaker, that this authority is going to be absorbed in the ministry, and I want to ask, at what level? As a directorate? As a department? As a unit? Since when? If we are to do this, why don't we get things like KCCA, Investment Authority, URA, and put them back to the mother ministries because we want to rationalize? Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, there are people who are deeply concerned in this country. Why haven't we consulted the farmers, the coffee farmers, the cotton farmers, and all the other core stakeholders? I want to conclude by saying, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the destruction of a country begins with the destruction of ideology. If we have performing entities and we want to kill them, one will ask, what did Ugandans do to us to deserve the punishment of destroying the small veins that continue to feed them? Maybe you could tell us how much UCDA is consuming from your treasury. We would mobilize cooperatives and associations, coffee associations in this country to foot that bill, since you do not want to finance them.
Thank you.
I oppose the
Thank
move
you.
to rationalize the coffee.
Flavia.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate the chairperson's report.
Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you for this opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, let me start from the known knowns.
Honorable members, I know all of you. I will pick you when I know I want you to speak.
Right Honorable Speaker, let's
I've
start.
seen all of you standing up. I will pick you. You're all going to speak. Fortunate will speak.
Right Honorable Speaker, let's start from the known knowns. The known knowns is that the Ministry
Honorable members, listen to Honorable Chivumbi.
Right Honorable Speaker, the known known is that the Ministry of Agriculture as of now does not have the capability and capacity to take on the roles and functions of UCDA. That's a known known. The second known known, and it's factual, is that the Minister of Agriculture has just told you that they are in the process of setting up omnibus authority that will take up all these other crops. That is tea and whatever, and that authority is underway. Right Honorable, that's also a known fact the Minister has put up. The other known fact is what all of us have said. And let me urge members here. An attempt to localize coffee will be a misnomer. Coffee right now is the national product. It is grown across all regions of the country. Like banana. For at one time, Buganda was the biggest grower of banana. Today, Buganda imports banana from Western Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, therefore, our bone of contention, Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister has not answered the question, what's the best practices all over the world? The best practice all over the world, that special crops like a coffee is grown through agencies as a vehicle. Ethiopia has it, Brazil has it, Vietnam has it, Kenya has it. What we are doing today, wise people in Ethiopia try to do it. Wise people in Kenya tried to do it. 3 years down the road, they had abandoned and they are going back. Now the law, let me go to the gist of the law. The law seeks to dissolve. The Minister here is putting an argument of a transition of 3 years, contingent upon government attaining some other capacities. Now, after killing UCDA today, when 3 years down the road, that capacity is found wanting, will you resurrect it? Will you resurrect it? Having killed it? Therefore, let us think full square. And next, exactly, that's why Right Honorable Speaker.
Gwe omuzadde eyitaze essomero erigenda okubangulira omwana wo nga muyeeya mukozi ate ayite ne first grade katukwanjulire Shehan Standard Day and Boarding Primary School abagenda okuteeka ebyensoma by'omwana wo ku mutendera ogusingira ddala empisa eddiini ebyemizannyo n'obuyiiya bwonna tubikulembereza ddala ng'ate ebyokulya n'ebyensula bya mulembe ddala tulina n'entambula eri abayizi abaviira ewala gwe ate omuzadde eyandiyagadde omwana w'okuyita ne first grade totunula obulala wonna okwewandiisa kugendera ddala mu maaso okuva ku nassale paka ku kibiina ekyomusanvu day ne boarding ng'ate n'ebisale birungi ate bisobokera ddala jjukira nti requirements zonna omwana wo azisanga ku ssomero tusangibwa Lubaga mu Bulwa zone okuliraana 24/7 motel gwe ayagala okumanya ebisingawo tukubire ku noti 773 73 359 ne noti 757 noti 6 26 96 Shehan Standard Primary School. We invest in education.
Ulira obuwoomi munnayuganda kankwanjulire pizza origami bano nga be bakafulu abakozi ba pizza eri ku kyaddala anti mwatu kyekituyisa pizza origami funa pizza erimu ebirungo byotajja kusanga walala olina birthday party baby shower graduation party wedding meetings oba oyagala kusanyusa bafamire yo weyunire pizza origami tusangibwa ku Jinja Road Plot 10 opposite Nema House mwana wattu tukola ne delivery ate mu kaseera katono ddala yitiraho kati oba tukubireko tuli ku noti 7 noti 8 7 8 54 ne noti 7 6 9 93 pizza origini tulya kyaddala.